Let's talk about trucks. Let's talk about mud boggins.
Let's do Ford versus Chevy now. Put a bullet in my mouth.
It's the longest weekly episodic show on the internet about mud and flat earths and fried chicken.
We're saying it for the small audience.
Yeah.
We're getting things kicked off in the right way. Yep. There they are. Oh, he's got the K-Haas. Chris Giaccone coming in the one spot tonight. Welcome to the show, Chris, Andrew, Gary, already in the house, man. Appreciate you guys checking in so early. Everybody's joining us. Go ahead and type in where you're coming in from, where you're watching from tonight. We appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that joins us each and every week. Got a great show lined up for everybody tonight. Special guest, Tim Manny. We're talking about Dirty 30 himself is in the house. He'll show you in the background what he's got going on in his life right now. How about that? And I want to welcome Kendall and Jackson. William McCarn is in the house. Hello, William. Always great to have you on here. Gary and Derek Jacobs in the house. Mr. New York. Carl Jett. How about that, man?
The Diltuga is in the house.
I tell you.
Right.
The Neon Reaper watching on YouTube. So is Kendall watching on YouTube tonight. So welcome to those YouTubers. We appreciate that. Perry Jensen's in the house, our national ambassador. So anyway, appreciate everybody joining us. If you will, before we get going too far, how about sharing this feed right now? Once you do that, type in shared so we can get those 7 or 8 shares out of the way. So if you all would do that right quick for us, it always helps the numbers out. Yes, sir, Matt.
Greg Mini Mac Carter just checked in, and you might notice I'm wearing my Mini Mac shirt tonight. Just keeping it real, dude. That's what I'm doing.
Keeping it real. Mini Mac, like that.
Bam.
Yep. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Yeah, but be sure to do that. Type in shared after you shared the feed with everybody with your timeline. If you guys are any of the groups, you know what I'm talking about, all the different 4-wheel drive, mega truck, whatever racing groups.
Did we lose him? Did we lose his mic?
Oh, man. He can't interrupt us tonight.
Dude,
ladies and gentlemen.
This could be the best night ever.
We call this a hostile takeover.
Wister, either you muted yourself or...
It's the cord.
Yeah.
You can hear me, right?
It's kind of cutting in and out a little bit. Is it plugged all the way in? There we go.
Yeah.
Now we got you.
Yeah, I'm here. It's fine.
I want to say hey to Kyle Guptill. Kyle, we talked about something a couple of weeks ago, dude. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know where your head's at. You know what I'm thinking. So, Kyle, maybe we'll see you. Who knows?
Yeah. Guppy's in the house. Hell yeah. I love it.
Carl Jett Matt in his schmedium. You're damn right, Carl. You know, we spent a lot of time together in New York a couple of weeks ago, dude. Naming your next race truck, the Diltuga, talking about schmediums.
Hell yeah. Billy, man, look at all the YouTubers we got tonight, man. Vinny's in the house. Billy.
Hey, dude,
in the house. Yeah, appreciate it.
Speaking of YouTube, we are tapping the top of on 90,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're getting close to 100,000 subscribers, getting real close, but we're almost at 90. We're like at 89,000 and some change.
Bro, we're gonna be up there with that 6-year-old kid who unwraps Christmas presents all year long and makes $22 million a day.
Hey, I have breaking news.
Dun, dun, dun.
Trucks Gone Wild, parent company TGW Productions, just signed a 3-year, $15 million deal to return to Florida Truck Meet next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big news.
Yeah. No.
Where's it going to be held?
It's got Orlando Speed World next year. No, we just confirmed that we're going back next year. I just talked to Jordan last night. Everything's good. April 11th through the 13th. They're changing all kind of stuff, and it's going to be really cool. We're going to be back there with Tugs. They're going to be doing Burnout Wars again. It's going to be a good time. So just letting everybody know. It's only whatever 10 months in advance. Whatever. Just start making popcorn now.
Hey, it sounds good. I'm glad. But there's a lot of big news swirling the internet over the last 48 hours, my friends. You guys, man, you I know you've got something to say about it.
Dude, yesterday, Matt texted me. He goes, hey, check out Facebook, and it's all over the place, dude. Redneck Mud Park which, we partnered ways with them last year. They are shutting down the Redneck Mud Park as we know it, as the mud bogging truck party place and all that is no longer. From what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, they're turning it into a campground. From what their words are, a campground that you can go riding and do stuff. So it's basically a campground. And from what I read in the thing, it says very clearly this is not a place to party.
Right. And I think it's going to be, they're still having all the details out, like a membership-based thing, probably open to the public as well. We've seen this happen at a few places before. And of course, that was big news because that park's been around for a long time. I think the better part of maybe 16 years. And I think we were there for all of them, And so naturally, you look at the comment section, which is where you go first anyway. And everybody's an expert and some people are happy about it. A lot of people were kind of harsh on it because everybody's a tough guy online. I don't know, dude. I don't like it because we had a great relationship with them for a long time. Danny that owns the place, I can't speak more highly of him. We were personal friends. His staff, we always got along with everybody good. And, basically they were around in the early stages of our growth. And I think that Redneck Mud Park and Trucks Gone Wild really helped each other grow throughout the years. There was no doubt about that. And look, some people don't like it when things change, and nothing's going to last forever. Not all these places that you think they're going to last forever, but they don't. And this is proof of that.
They did some changes in their management and their staff and in their marketing department and all that stuff. And they went a different direction than what we thought, if we're being brutally honest, you know what I mean? Look, we do this stuff, all over the country and we've seen everything and done everything. And, sometimes people think they can go a certain type of way and it just, it doesn't work. I mean, you've seen it with other parks, that used to do big stuff and now it's just smaller stuff and look, what we do is an escape from reality. Our events and what we do is a place to go let loose, have fun, and just kind of get away from, I don't want to say the rules because there's rules everywhere, but it's to get away from the places that you park here, you do this, you do that, you do that. You go out there and you have fun and you let off some steam and that's what it's all about. And some of these places, they want to turn them into family-friendly places, which is fine. Look, we do family-friendly events like at Twitty's, right? You bring the whole family out, you watch races. But a lot of the weekend stuff that we do, the big mud festivals and stuff, it's more adult entertainment. It's not saying it's like that sounds, adult entertainment has a weird thing, but it's just for adults to go have fun and kind of get away from all that, right?
Yeah.
From some of the daily responsibilities that they have with their kids and all that stuff. Hey, kids have toys. Our guys that come to our events have toys too. They just happen to be big ass trucks and side by sides and 4-wheelers, and they want to play with their toys. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. And I'm all for family friendly entertainment and all that stuff, but for what mainly what we do is we practice freedom and fun. You know what I mean? That's why you'll never see a post on Trucks Gone Wild that has rules gigantic posted anywhere or any of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Which we had to have a recent talk with Nate about that, which was funny. But
right. Yeah, and it's not look, every place has rules, but it's like you don't need them thrown in your face and all that stuff. And rules shouldn't be above having fun. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be the headline. What you should do should be the headline. What you shouldn't do needs to be the next part. So look, good luck to them and what they're doing. But here's the deal. The party in Florida is now at one place, and that's at Plant Bamboo for real. Look, they have a great venue, some of the best mud around, could be in the country, right? And they're all about the party and all about having fun and all that stuff. And we're going to be there in October. Wister, if you want to roll the commercial, it'd be a good segue for that.
But not in a careless way, but just in a fun way of all the elements that you were talking about, Chris. Yeah, it's not like, because I see that too, where people are like, oh no, all the problems from one place are now going to shift to another, and that's not necessarily true. I don't see that happening. So,
yeah.
All right, let's play it.
Trucks Gone Wild!
20 years of Trucks Gone Wild continues with Oktoberfest at Plant Bamboo in Okeechobee, Florida, and it's all going down October 17th through the 20th.
Smoke it up.
Plant Bamboo is the only Trucks Gone Wild weekend-long event in the entire state of Florida, with more mud than anywhere else in the country. Plenty of wide-open camping for everybody. Badass tug-of-wars on Friday and Saturday night, and the newly discovered and yet-to-be-named mud hole in the very back. It's Trucks Gone Wild weekend at Plant Bamboo. And remember, it's Florida's only weekend-long Trucks Gone Wild event. Come play in the mud with thousands of your closest friends. It all happens October 17th through the 20th. It's only at Plant Bamboo, and we will see you there.
Plant Bamboo, where are you?
I hadn't seen that yet, and obviously I voiced it. I wrote it and voiced it and sent it over. I hadn't seen it yet, but if I had never seen that and it wasn't me voicing it, I would want to go to that. Hey, Wister, can you do me a favor? Can you hang on to for future? I don't want to do it now because it's totally out of order. Nicholas Woodworth's comment. Can we just kind of put that off to the side, or do we just want to bounce all over the place?
Let's bounce all over the place because right. I think we're done talking about Redneck Mud Park. And hey, the party's at Bamboo, and we're going to do that twice a year, and it's going to be awesome. And moving on.
But I do want to say this. Thank you, Redneck Mud Park, for 15, maybe 16 years, however long it was, of awesome memories, a great relationship together. Anybody that's like talking trash, think about all the friends that you've made there. Think about all the good times that you've had there and the memories that can't be taken away. So that's what I want to do. I want to focus on the positive, and to what you said, Chris, wish them the best of luck on the future endeavors. We hope that works out great. And what I'm going to take away from this is just that knowing that, man, did we have some good times there over the years. Steel out.
Lots of good video content from that place. That's true. Okay, yeah. You want to address the comment here?
Yeah, is it just me? Is it just me, or does it seems like Bricks is slowing down during the June event? Nick, I don't agree with that. Actually,
it's you. I can look, Nick. I can 1,000% confirm it's you. It's yeah.
Not in a bad way, Nick, but here's what it is. And if you have gone around the whole park, they have opened up so many more new places. And even, Nick, I don't know how long you've been going there. If you remember when it was a real chokehold when you came in through the front gate, and it was single lane to get back into that first campground area. Denver had spoken up and said more trucks last event than the previous year. And Denver's been there from day one, so he's seen it. So, Nick, I don't know how long you go back, but I will say this: over the last, 2017 or 2018, it was a big mess with the weather. And then they built the superhighway, is what we call it. They put in bridges. They've expanded the camping. And if what Bricks has done, Chris and I have like a nightclub background, and it's the big nightclub scenario, right? Where it's nice if you have a big nightclub, but it's like a weeknight, if you can just shut one of the rooms because you don't want to let everybody spread out all over the place. You want it to look more concentrated and packed. Well, Bricks doesn't do that. They're not going to shut any. They're going to let you go wherever you want to, which is fine. But that's what it is. You just have more room.
And look, there are parks that shut parks down to make it look like there's more people.
Hey, well, listen, you two both confirmed that the June event of 2024 was the second largest event the park had ever had, right?
It was in the top. It was in the top 4
that they ever had. Okay.
Yeah. In 15, 16 years, whatever. So
yeah. So
there's a lot more room for people to go. Yeah. And then, they were clearing out so much more stuff for that big Rock the Country concert, which they did this past weekend. And with the new bridges and all this, that, the other, like it's hard to find a place that's done more work and more clearing. Because back in the day, dude, when we first started going over there, and you had Scott Brickle and his dad, Jay, right? And I mean, they're just, we think the world of this family. We put them both into the Hall of Fame. But back in the day, Jay Brickle didn't want anybody cutting a tree down. Scott's like, we need to make room for this road. And Jay's like, well, I don't want to take those trees down. And it was a major head-butting argument between the two. We would sit back at dinner at night and just laugh and go, these guys are arguing for a half an hour over a freaking tree. And they're on like 600 acres. Take the tree out. Plant 10 more over there in the corner. All
right. Well, good answers to all that stuff. Man, the crowd is kicking, man. Everybody wanting to talk to the Dirty 30 man himself. All the comments are coming in. And so let's bring in our special guest. We're talking about Tim Manny.
Hit Tim up. There you go, man. Timmy, thanks for joining us, brother. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Tim, brother, great to have you, man. Looks like you got something going on in the background there.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Listen, yep. I mentioned it to you earlier. We've always kidded each other, all my buddies and stuff, and we call it Hell Week. It's the crunch time, man. You got to tighten up all the loose ends. You got to check over everything. You got to finish up those improvements or fixes, repairs, whatever you want to call them. And it looks like you're on the home stretch, though.
Yeah, I'm trying. I put it off for almost 6 months and then decided to hammer down on it pretty good in the last 2 weeks. It's normally what I do. It puts it to the last day, show up to the event late, don't have a parking spot, and then,
it'll all work out absolutely fine.
Oh, it's going to be fine. Everything's fine.
Tell everybody what you're getting the truck ready for.
Mountain Madness, New York State Off-Road Park next weekend. Kings of Freestyle.
Kings of Freestyle, man. The rumor on the street is that you want to take the belt home or the crown, whatever you want to say.
Dude, Wister, here's the deal. Dude, Johnny went crazy. There's like 3 or 4 belts, 5 or 6 big-ass checks. There's a crown coming out of Texas. There's a whole cape thing. There's a scepter. I've never seen so much hardware being given out at one event in a weekend in my life, dude. And I think, Tim, if you were to win Kings of the Freestyle, because we've done this Kings of the Freestyle thing before, and it's been nice, and this is what we wanted. Last year, we were like, dude, that's what we want to do this year. When we want to bring it up to the Northeast, and this worked out really good. But I think if you were to win this, you'd probably get a crown, a belt, and a big-ass check. You better bring another trailer if you plan.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that'd be cool. But there's some incredible other trucks and awesome guys that are also competing. So I know they're working just as hard as I am getting their junk together. So it'll be awesome. It'll be a good event. It's a great location. I love it up there. Yeah, I got some work to do though.
Do you have any intel? Because Johnny's not telling me anything. I ask him about it, and he just kind of grins and laughs. Do you have any intel as far as like how that track is going to be? Because I know they're redoing the whole track from the racetrack that was on there, and I was just assured that it was going to be incredible.
I got nothing for you. I'm gonna show up and hit what's there. But, I'd imagine it's going to be pretty intense as always.
Dude, what a good venue. If you've never seen, a freestyle event like this, or at a small place, that's one thing. But the size of the track and the area and the viewing that they have at New York State Off-Road Park is second to none. It's that stadium style like bricks. It's just a perfect place to work with, a perfect place for you guys to keep momentum, to get speed, to hit everything like you want to. And not have to do a lot of backing up like you have to do at some places that it's really small. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we were there just a month ago, and what an awesome event. And I think this is going to top it with, everything that you guys are doing. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I love the seating there. That's probably the best part.
It really is.
Park your truck up on the hill. You fit 600 of them. Everyone can see.
It really is cool, and I know that Dave Renfro is super excited because he's never really announced a big freestyle event like this before, and we're going to be down there calling the action. The freestyle is my favorite thing, has been for a long time. I love everything. I do love the racing, but I like the freestyle because I feel like it's higher intensity, shorter amount of time. You know what I mean? It doesn't take up the bulk of the day. Like if you get a good pile of freestyle trucks in there, you can run them in an hour and 15 minutes. And it's boom, 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 and it's just amazing. And then you guys sit back, and it's like if the first guy goes out and kills it, you guys are looking at each other and thinking, "Oh, damn, what do we have to do now?"
Yep.
Dude,
Yeah, I've been there.
dude, this is my question for you, dude. It's like, I've always wondered this. Where do you want to go? Where is your ideal place? Because sometimes it's drawn out of a hat. You don't know where you're going to go. A lot of times it's just random draw. But sometimes you get a guy that goes, I'll go first. You get a lot of that sometimes. But where would you ideally like to go? What's your perfect spot? Let's say there's 12 trucks.
Third.
Really?
Think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm not really sure what happens when I get in my truck and strap in, but I always say there's nothing going on in my brain. Nothing. Just off, hit the gas. Whatever happens, happens. But I like to make I don't know. I like to go first, put a hard hit down, and, let the other guys try to catch up. And,
to me, a lot of times when I'm watching it, I kind of put myself in the position of a driver, and I'm like, man, okay, I saw this guy do that. That's a good jump if you'd hit it this way, or, I'd cross rut this or do that. I'm thinking that in my head. Do you ever look back and look at what they're doing and go, oh, okay, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that better?
Yes. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it faster.
Right.
Hey, how has the blower motor changed your ability to really pull off impressive freestyles?
Oh, it's cool. It's the best money I ever spent, kind of.
Kinda.
It's awesome. It breaks a lot of parts, but man, it's fun. Up at Proving Grounds last year, I was able to put the truck up the backside of a ramp, pull a wheelie down the whole face of it, and that was on purpose. And when you can do that in a truck with the motor you built, it's really satisfying to be able to have the power to do that, have the power to blow a donut with no rear steer. It's fun. That
was where we did the driver profile with you, right? Is that where we did that?
No, this one was last September, I believe.
No. I'm saying, but we did that. Didn't we do that with you at the Proving Ground?
Yes, I was at Proving Ground. Yeah.
And Joe and Ray.
Yep.
And man, we knocked out like 5 or 6 of them because you guys were all parked together on the horsepower corner.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was fun, dude.
Have you ever done a move or a jump or something or a save or anything in a freestyle where it looks like you really knew what you were doing, but you're like, holy shit, I'm glad I pulled that off because I had no idea what was just happening?
Yeah, there's been a few. Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint them all, but I think some of the funnest ones is I was doing one, and I kind of said I got a little bored. It's when I had my my smaller motor in the front, and I hit everything I wanted to, and then I just wanted to roll the truck over. So I put it in as tight of a donut as I could. I tried to roll it over. It eventually went over, but
yeah.
Let me Tim, let me just say this. I'm going to go on record. I even made a comment. I don't know if it was yesterday or today. My days run together sometime. But I was at West Georgia Mud Park when you did the freestyle. It was a team freestyle, and I think it was you and Peter Earl and Chasing Paper were on a team together. Is that right? Was he your partner?
I did it with Peter one time, and then I also did it with Michael Stodden.
Okay, I think this was the time. This was the time when your wheel came off, your tire came off, and you ended up doing half of your freestyle run with only 3 tires. One was completely off the rim, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're 100% right.
Yep, and that was
this wheel right here.
Listen, that was
wheel's an egg shape.
Ass freestyle run because it did not slow you down. You were still hitting the jumps. You were still going fast. I mean, it was the craziest thing. You guys ended up winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely
that was Michael Stodden with Pyronol. That was me and him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's my favorite freestyle probably that I've ever seen in person. Out of all the events I've attended over the years and stuff like that, that's the one that really sticks with me. Tim Manny and Dirty 30 riding on 3 and just getting it done. That shit was badass. Man.
Yeah, that was memorable for sure. Hit the damn jump, 3 tires. Pretty cool.
That's probably a short list of names of people that can say that.
I don't think I ever did it really successfully on 4 tires, to be honest. I did it better on 3.
Listen, dude, anybody can do it on 4 tires. Come on.
Hey, Matt, you forgot to mention one thing that I really want to make sure that everybody remembers and everybody knows here. It's really impressive, the competitions, contests, whatever you want to call it. They're going to be going on in Esperance next weekend. But I got to hand it to Johnny Scrimma because he's taking a lot of that gate money, over $32,000, and he's reinvesting it into these drivers and competitors and making these competitions even larger than they would normally be. So hats off to him. You know, Tim, you're going to be going for the lion's share of over $15,000 in that freestyle competition. The top dog of the bog, man, they're $10,000 on that. You got a tug pad competition, $5,000 on that. The list goes on and on with several other competitions. And dude, it's just great to see the park owners, not just, pocket the entry fee money, but really, giving back to those drivers that are out there. Like you said, man, you're killing yourself for these 2 weeks prior to the event, getting your truck ripe and ready to go out there and show off and have fun in front of all your fans and stuff like that. So, dude, man, it's going to be right. It's going to be a really great event.
Absolutely.
Hey, dude, how excited are you going into that? So obviously, is it safe to say that freestyle is your favorite thing to do in that?
Without a doubt.
And is it just because is it the payoff for all the work and the effort and all that, and you're out there and it's just you and there's nobody else, like you've got the whole playground to yourself, or does it charge you up that there's thousands of people watching you? Does that even come into play? Do you even care about that? Or are you just out there just having fun with your creation, and that's what the good part is?
Yeah, I like it all. I just love driving. I really do.
Yeah.
Just strapping in that thing and everything else goes away. Not a single thought going on in my brain. And the fans absolutely help. It's cool. Because, sometimes I had a real hard break last year, pulled out there, and it was a sold-out show, and my distributor exploded.
Oh, shit.
It was tough. That was a bad hit. But, sometimes there's great ones where you end up on your roof, and then you get out, and the place is going wild. So it's all a huge factor. I really love driving the truck.
Dude, it's like when you watch a lot of like the top level racers and the stuff that they do and how fast it takes a lot of balls to do that. But it takes with the freestyle guys, with you guys who really hang it out there. I don't know if y'all are really good or just retarded, which I'm leaning towards retarded, because y'all just don't give a shit, which is great. But I think you guys are built a certain way where you're like, I'm not scared, even though you might be scared, but you're like, I'm going to lay it out there and do it and put on a show. And what you're making those people feel, you're probably feeling 10 times because you're behind it. You got it going on, in there. So, good on you, man. There's a lot of people who talk shit. They go, oh, if I had that kind of truck, I'd be doing this. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be going over the little humps, doing that. No, it takes a lot of guts to do what you guys do, for sure.
Going back, Tim, your favorite memory of either something you've tried, you accomplished, you nailed it, favorite particular freestyle. Going back, what is your best memory that you really got out of the truck supercharged and just saying, man, I just killed it? That was awesome.
West Georgia Mud Park, when Joe Bishop and I attempted the side-by-side backflip.
Yep.
And me and Joe spent the previous 2 nights, full days, rebuilding our trucks. I rebuilt my front axle in Randy Priest's garage. I got to the race about 10 minutes before it started, raced the truck around. I was like, that sucked. That was cool, though. But after the race, I think Joe blew his front end. He found another 2.5-ton chunk somewhere in the crowd.
Remember that, yep.
Threw that in the truck, and then I think me and Joe went first for freestyle on the most insane backflip ramp I've ever seen. And I drove into it so fast. I heard Joe's blower motor going on the side of me. I just had the little front engine motor, and I just got all hopped up and smashed the gas, hit the wall probably 15 miles an hour faster than I should have been going. Joe landed perfectly, and I landed on my roof, got out, and the only thing I cared about was going to see Joe. And it was a total fail for me, but between, I don't know, that whole situation, that was awesome. That was hands down the best memory I got.
Man, that's not a fail at all, though, because of what you just said right there, dude, because you've got the memory And you and Joe have
Yeah.
that. Who else does? Nobody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so congratulations on that. I always mention Jake Burton's driver profile, dude. And I feel like a broken record because I'm going back to it again for the 1,000th time, and I don't care because I love it at the end where he's like, when I'm an old man, I want to look back and go, I did some cool shit, as opposed to saying, I watched a bunch of other people do cool shit. I get to say that because, listen, I don't want to be out there. Give me a microphone with zero preparation in front of a crowd of 1 million people. I'm good with that, right? Most people wouldn't want to do it. I don't want to jump anything. I don't want to leave the ground. You know? So we all have different forms of what gets us fired up. And that's what I love about doing what we do is we can't do what we do without guys that do what you do. And there's a good amount of you guys. And I like to think that we help provide a larger, more intoxicating, not intoxicated, maybe that too, but intoxicating audience for you guys to play in front of. Because it's cool to do what you do. It's like when you open up the cabinet door and you pull something out and it falls out, but you reach down real quick and you catch it, right? And then you look around to see if anybody saw that. You know? Yeah, you're like, oh, nobody's here. Damn it. Well, it's not going to be as cool when I tell the story. But if there's people watching, I don't care what it is, dude. When there's 3,000 people watching, it's just got to make everything more intense.
Yep.
So, and then you're the badass, dude. You can just swell up and, yeah, that was me. Damn right, that was me. So
they carry the truck away on the loader.
Tim, there is rumor though that you and Joe are talking about a redo on that. Now, is there any truth to that?
Yeah, we've been talking about it probably every time we talk to each other since the day it happened.
Okay, all right.
It'll happen. I don't know where, I don't know when, but it's
Right.
gonna happen.
All right, well that's cool.
For sure, I'm in.
I'm glad to hear that. I know the fans would love to see another attempt at that. You've both got a little bit more experience with it on what to do, what not to do. Like you said, you drove 15 miles an hour in too fast. You wouldn't do that again. Plus, you got a different setup with the better power and stuff. That's going to help. So, lots of different things. But yeah, I would love to see that. So hopefully one day somebody will put that deal together and a lot of people can go and support you guys on that.
Yeah, I think it'll happen. We got a spot in mind, so
cool.
We'll
Nice.
keep you guys updated.
That sounds great. That sounds really good.
So, dude, we're what, less than 10 days away, just a little over a week away from the gates opening there. And how much stuff do you have left to do on the truck?
It runs and drives.
That's good. That's it.
See, it runs and drives.
It runs and drives. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's it.
as long as they can mash the gas and it goes forward, right?
That's it.
You gonna have any body on that thing, or is it all gonna be?
No, there'll be a body.
Nice.
Nice.
Little surprise, but yeah, body will be on.
Wow.
I like the
Sounds like a
surprise.
new T-shirt design coming to me. Hey, I've got another question for you, Tim. You guys going to try to make the trip to Twitty's in November?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Good news.
That's the last time I drove the truck, so
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm getting
Really?
I'm getting ready to hit the gas for sure.
You have taken some time off.
Yeah, I let it sit for quite a few months, and then
She started growling at you, didn't she?
yeah,
Here's what I don't recommend. If it runs, give it a little romp and then keep it. It's these guys that get in these trucks and they start doing hole shots, and the next thing you know, they blow their engine up or they blow a tranny up or they do something. It's like
Something.
it runs. It's good. Just park it.
yeah, I have that problem. I got a nice parking lot out here, nice driveway across the street.
Right.
Right before I got it loaded on the trailer, I'll go hit a couple quarter miles, but
All right.
I'll burn through a tank of methanol and then wonder why I don't have any left. So,
All right, Tim. Well, your final thoughts on the upcoming weekend, the big championship rounds. I mean, there's we already listed, there's tons of different things going on. I know your favorite event and the one you're looking forward to the most is Kings of Freestyle next Saturday afternoon up in Esperance, New York. Any other things that you're just excited maybe just to get back out with all your friends and peers again?
Yeah, that's the best part, in my opinion, is camping out with all the coolest guys I know. So definitely looking forward to that weekend, getting away and driving the truck. I mean, Kings of Freestyle. So best of the best drivers, some of my real good friends, and it's going to be good competition, good fun, and really looking forward to it.
Good to hear.
If you win this competition and you come back with the championship belt, the big ass check, the robe, the crown, the scepter, where is it all going? I see walls behind you. But you know,
I can't put any holes in these walls.
But the belt goes good when you're grocery shopping.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So does the
I've
crown.
wear that around for a couple days, a couple weeks, for sure.
The belt you can get away with, and the crown. You start carrying the scepter around, people start asking questions. You know, right? Because you start doing this, you're like, hey, I'm the king. You know, it's a little weird, but it's
Go
fun.
around Walmart.
yeah, you blend there. It's like
right in.
you could wear it to any Trucks Go Wild event. You could wear the robe and the scepter, and you just blend right in. So you can't look weird there. So.
Dude, absolutely crazy. Well, man, if you got any final thoughts, share them now. If not, man, the crowd is excited. They're going to be cheering you on next weekend up there in New York, man. And as far as I'm concerned, good luck, man. Always wishing you the best. Love watching you drive. Love seeing what you do in Dirty 30 each and every time you take it out, man. So kudos. And I just want to personally say thanks for coming on tonight, sharing a little bit more about you and the truck and what you got going on.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I'll see you in New York. I got to get back to wrenching on this thing. I got the guys here ready to go.
All right.
Well, good luck with Hell Week.
All right, take it easy. Thank you.
Hey, have a good 4th, brother.
Yeah, you too.
See you.
Thank you, man.
All right.
All right, fellas.
Worcester, run that commercial right quick. If you want to know what we're talking about, what event we're talking about, it's the event that Worcester's going to play in 3, 2, 1. Play.
July 11th through the 14th, Trucks Gone Wild is coming back to the New York State Off-Road Park in Esperance, New York. This time, it's all about the Trucks Gone Wild Kings of Freestyle. Come out and see some of the most badass four-wheel drive trucks on planet Earth, letting it all hang out for a purse of over $15,000. You will also see the $10,000 top dog of the pit competition, along with open mud holes for all vehicles, trails for the four-wheelers and side-by-sides, the Barbie Downhill Freak Show race for $1,000 cash, the Tug of Wars presented by the Barnyard Boggers with over $5,000 on the line, and more. This is complete insanity, and this is an event you absolutely cannot miss. Get your tickets now at mountainmadness.net. Trucks Gone Wild is back July 11th through the 14th, and it is only at the New York State Off-Road Park.
Yeah, bitch.
You know, that one looks like a lot of fun, too. I'm seeing a pattern at these events.
Whoever the guy is that writes all the scripts and does those voiceovers, man, he's got some talent.
Yeah, dude, that guy had to take a breath after he voiced that one, dude. It was like,
you couldn't get it all in one breath.
I almost wanted to get sarcastic at the end, every now and then, because I send them over to like Chris and Craig, you know. And if I'm just feeling like a jerk, I'll just make up some stuff and throw it on the end. You know, it's like, and for $1 million, it's going to be this or whatever. So
no, it's more. And I'm going to F you in your A, bitch.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty much how it goes.
We had a few comments on earlier. We had to get to Tim because we couldn't hold him up. And again, thanks to him for being such a great guest and telling us a little bit about what's going on in the world of Dirty 30. But we had some questions about the recap from Wreckyard.
Oh.
And since we couldn't do the show last week, we need to share a little bit more information about all the cool shit that we did at Wreckyard 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago.
All right, I'll start. Dude, I like the park. I like Wreckyard. And Nate, the dude that owns it, I think the world of his whole staff, Eric and everybody else there. They're wonderful. And but in full disclosure, a couple things bugged me there, right? And it wasn't anything to do with anybody or anything. We did the beaters, and we had like 2 or 3. In my opinion, it's the cheapest, most lowest barrier to entry fun thing that we do. I can't believe we didn't have more. Maybe it's because people didn't know quite how we run it, right? My mistake was I didn't say drivers meeting at 11. We did something last minute trying to get that. We said the event starts at noon for Tri Truck Challenge. We had a handful of teams for the Tri Truck Challenge for the side-by-sides and the trucks. I thought that went really cool. It was dusty AF. That'll be fixed next time. Nate's going to put a sprinkler system in on that whole thing to just keep it
Nice.
moistened, for lack of a better term. So I was happy with the Tri Truck and all this, that, the other. I like, though, we started a half an hour late, and that bugs me because when I say noon, I want to start at noon, and that's on me. I'll take that, right? But moving forward in the future, Nate's already got a deal with his buddy that owns a junkyard down the road for more beaters next time. That's already done. The sprinkler system is planned for that. I thought that the road connecting the two, I thought was great. They did open up some more trails. They have a little bit more work to do on like a big open mud hole play-in area. But he informed me that there's been some logging planned in there for a while, and he just didn't know when the loggers were going to come in. And I guess they may have started this week, but it's going to be another 50 acres in the woods that they're going to log all that out. And he's going to get all the stumps out and everything and open up like a big, like a shallow mud hole play area for everybody. These are guys that want it to work. And it was hot AF. We're going to move the date. We're going to try something a little bit earlier in the year where it's not 100 degrees. So I'm asking you guys to continue to support that event and that venue. And we're going to keep working on that. King of the Deep, they're going to keep coming out there. Every time I work with those guys, I like them more. I got to sit down and chat with them for a little bit this time, dude. I really like them as an organization. I like them as people. And I think that, I don't know, we're just going to keep working on that. Nate came up to me Saturday afternoon. He's like, "How you doing, brother?" I'm like, I'm a little pissed because this should be going better than it is, right? And he was like, "Man, I'm okay with it." I'm like, I'm not. I want more. I want better. And we're going to work on that together. Cool. That's not saying anything about the event was fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yep. I enjoyed my first trip up there. I liked it. The park has so much potential. You're right. It does have a lot of trails, but all of the Southeast, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina has had no rain in the last 2 months. I mean, so last year, it's funny, they had all that rain, the week before, they had 7 inches of rain like 2 days before the event, and the whole place, was, just messy and sloppy, which the people that had the big rigs loved it. The people that had the smaller rigs, it was tough to get around.
Yeah.
Now, this time, 180, it was dry as a bone, no water. All the mud holes for the big trucks had plenty of water and mud in them. That was good. The place, all the trails are very wooded. So, they have lots of shade. So there was a lot of damp areas to play and stuff and all of that. But overall, you're right, Matt. When he gets some things, more improvements is what we're talking about. But when he gets those in place, man, he's really going to have something good. And I wholeheartedly agree that moving that date from that vacation 2-week window, a lot of people go on vacation, to a cooler, nicer time of year, whether it be a spring or fall event, whatever you guys decide, I'm excited because I'm ready to go back there and have fun again. And I think with all those things that are in play, I think it's just going to be another, great opportunity to have another big successful event in that area.
Well, Lister, I'll give you credit. You've been saying it. You didn't want us to go back in June anyway. You were saying that last year. You changed that date, and we're like, and Nate kind of wanted it, and we were kind of full up on the rest of the time, and we're like, man, we really don't have any other place to kind of plug it in, and so we are going to make room for that some other time earlier in the year because Lister, I hate to say you were right, but you might have been right on that one.
Yeah, I'm not right very often, right? Right, Chris? Yeah.
Sterling Miller was there. He said place was the riot. Sterling, I want to say something about Sterling, because obviously in Kentucky, you pulled our trailer up the hill, we would still be there. And Sterling is just a dude that I said it on the mic the day when we were doing the Tri-Truck Challenge out there. It's like something goes wrong and you need help, right? And you look, and Sterling just happens to be the dude that's there. I don't know how he does it. And it's, hey, dude, you mind help? Oh, hell no. We need a floor jack and a box of fudgicles. I've got it. He has it. You're like, why do you have that?
Yeah.
Good dude. Went to the airport and picked up, just in time and everything. So Sterling's just a dude. He just has fun. And I think that Sterling seems like the type of dude that if you ask him, hey man, can you give us a hand? It's like he likes to help people. We're like that. It's fun. And so thank you, Sterling, for everything out there. What was the other thing, Chris? There was something you were talking about with the rec yard. And it was right, of course, because you said it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But, man, I forget what it was. There was another point about the rec yard.
Well, I'd like to make one more observation. I love the area where the booty barn is. That thing is badass, first off. But it also has paved areas on both sides of it with a awesome area for vendors. The tug pad is right outside of it, in front of it. The tugs were a great hit and great success there.
Yeah.
See the Spider Pig and that clan out there for others.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks to Leroy and his crew from Fast Tracks for coming out there. Clay Meadows was helping out with that. Spider Pig, I hadn't seen it in a while.
Yep.
Spider Pig showed up. I knew it was coming, but I didn't tell anybody. I love seeing that thing. And I am hoping that we see Spider Pig again some point in time, maybe later this year. I don't know if we will, but
you never know.
It would be cool.
Sure would be cool. Well, dude, I mean, great park, great ownership, great staff, and lots of cool stuff going on there. And so I can't wait to see the date for next weekend. For 2025. I can't wait to see that, and then the lineup of events and everything. I think I'm ready to go back again. That's what I'm getting at. I can't wait. So,
speaking of going back, Wister.
Yeah.
After New York, we're going back to where?
After New York,
we're going
back to Canada.
Canadania, Wister. Say it right.
Canadadia.
Yeah.
Canadania.
Drink some cocaine.
Yeah.
Harry Jensen says Al has had lots of rain. We're still 3 weeks off or 4 weeks off. Is that good? Because I know a lot of times he has to pump water into the place, right?
Exactly.
So Perry, tell us if that's a good thing or not.
That's a real good thing. Let's go ahead and pop this up then.
July 18th through the 21st, Trucks Gone Wild is coming back to Canada. It's all going down at Al Benasaki's Filthy Redneck Country Club in Waldron, Saskatchewan. It's the biggest off-road event in Canada, and we want you to be a part of it. You'll see the Canadian Freestyle Championship, the badass J-Hook Mud Racing, the party at the Bounty Hole, the world-famous Cheesy Poop Classic, the 4-wide Battle Pit, back-to-back tug-of-wars on the pad, live music, and much, much more. If you've never been to this event, now is the time. It's Trucks Gone Wild weekend at Al Benasaki's Filthy Redneck Country Club in Waldron, Saskatchewan, Canada. It all goes down July 18th through the 21st. Memories will be made.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Hey, one thing. Our events look like they're a lot of fun.
Dude, I was going to say, I wasn't the one voicing that, and I wasn't the guy that wrote that, but I watched it. I would want to go to that.
Dude, here's the thing, bro. That's if you're wondering what we do, because some cockheads think we're 3 dudes and a camera. Actually, we're like 4 or 5 that travel. We have 2 cameras and a drone. So suck a D. But that's
I don't even think his event's happening. but whatever.
Oh, whatever. But dude, that's what we do. That's in Saskatchewan, Canada. And if you don't know where that is, get a map, and it's above where your map ends, right?
Yeah.
It's way the hell up there. And we do what we do from South Florida all the way up there. And dude, the people, when I meet, they're different, but they're the same, right?
Yep.
They just like let loose, have fun, play in the mud, and dude, that's what it's all about. That's why all these people have a blast from down there to way up there, dude.
Yeah.
And because we never really sit down and watch our own stuff like that. We do it when we're editing and stuff, but then you look back and it's played in this form, and you get to see, oh shit, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's a good time.
Let me make a comment.
Well, a lot of things happen for the first time at our.
And let me say this: the kill truck out of northern Saskatchewan, I believe he's in Saskatchewan. He's north, way north of where this
which is far enough north as it is.
Yeah, it's way up there. But anyway,
dude,
it's arguably one of the baddest trucks in North America.
Dude, he's like 4 hours north of that. Dude, he's like 3.5 miles past Santa Claus's house is where that dude lives. He's way up there. And dude, that guy, it's Dustin Stacy, right? That's his name, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Dude, that dude lives for this, bro. That's his jam, is freestyle. And look, he's got a badass truck, but he just doesn't go out there and just like, okay, I'm gonna do my thing and I'll probably win. No, sir. And Al's track is arguably one of the best freestyle tracks that we've ever seen. Like
in North America.
Look, I say the drivers are retarded. Al is super retarded. Like he's like if he would be a Republican, he'd be ultra MAGA retarded, right?
But you guys have got to agree with me that the kill truck is arguably one of the baddest trucks in North America. I know I butchered that word. I can't get it out.
I'm not answering that until you get that word out right.
Arguably. I can't get it out. It's got me tongue-tied. I can't. Arguably? It's not that. It's arguably. Never mind. We need to move on. But that's a badass truck.
Jared Zuba says Al is anal about his track. World class. It is. Remember the first time we went up there and Al was like, we were driving around in his truck. He's like, well, let me take you over to the freestyle area. He's like, I'm hoping that it's big enough. And by this time, Al had traveled all over the States and he'd been all over the place and seen it. He's like, I'm hoping that you guys think it's big enough. And we see it. We're like, oh my God. Like, it's for the guys that want to hit stuff wide open and just fly. It's the greatest track in the world. And he's also got the stuff to where you can just do the wheelie pops and all this, that, the other.
Rhythm sections.
It's like this. Canada started stepping up their truck game big in the last 3-4 years. Like they were like this, and then they went off the roof, like badass trucks and doing stuff like that. And Al was a little premature on the size of some of those jumps for what some of those trucks could handle. To be honest, you know what I mean? It's like those truck breakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody stepped up their game up there, man. And you see double backflips and all that stuff. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's a great event, though. Absolutely a phenomenal event.
I love that event, not only for that, and just the whole thing is fun. We've got new merchandise that we'll have at that event. And Chris, dude, I've got the people fired up. They're going to bring us a bunch of bags of those marshmallow banana things that taste like circus peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I've probably got a case of those things coming. So get ready for those and dry ribs, dude. Damn right, the dry ribs. I'm going to eat about 20 things of those.
We eat the same stuff for like 4 days. The smells in the rental car are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, in Canada, we're going to have, it's going to be me, you, Captain Dirty Mike, Cole's coming in. It's going to be an awesome time, dude. And they do the Cheesy Poof Classic. They do the Bounty Hole. I mean, the side-by-side mega truck races. Dude, some of those quad races up there were some of the best ones. You saw in the commercial, that guy that rolled it pretty wicked, man. Those guys are dipping.
Yeah, they do the side-by-sides on the J-Hook track, which is crazy. And there were the other two guys, and the names escape me, but they came up when we were getting ready to go for freestyle. There were the two dudes, and they kind of wanted to play cat and mouse a little bit out on the freestyle track, and they were clearing the doubles, and they were going right one after another.
Yeah,
those guys were awesome. And one guy kind of came up and gave me some shit up there. He goes, "Hey, Matt," he's like, on the live show, you were saying that, the side-by-sides aren't as fun for everybody to watch, as the trucks. And he's like, I don't remember saying it, but I wasn't going to argue with the dude either. You know what I mean? Because he was being nice, but you could tell that he was a little put off by what he thought I said. And I'm just I'm like, dude, I didn't mean anything by it. I go, all I mean is that the trucks are louder. If I would say anything like that, it's just that the blower motors are louder, right? And he was cool about it. But I think that drove him, because I think he was one of the dudes that really was airing shit out and doing badass stuff. So it worked, So if that's you and you're watching, dude, please come back, because it was a pleasure to watch you last year, and we can't wait to do it again.
Hey, great question here for the maestro. What truck does Chris build for freestyles? He builds Jimmy's race truck, but what freestyle truck has Ledford Enterprises had a hand in?
I know.
Well, it's Ledford Engineering, but go ahead, Matt.
I'm sorry.
Straighten him out. Yeah.
He built version 3 of the Tannerite truck, which was very good. And he wasn't happy with it, so he made some changes. And he built a few more, but I don't want to brag on his back.
Here's the problem with freestyle. Look, there's a race every weekend. Freestyle is not every weekend, right? You might have a freestyle once every 4 to 6 months, right? I can't have that few wins per year, right? I'm going to equate it to a porn star. If you have a gigantic, right, you can't make one movie a year, right? You have to put it out there.
You've got to give the people what they want,
dude. Exactly. And until the world catches up with me, then maybe I'll start building some more at that point. But then what am I going to do at that point? Just come first, second, and third on every race? Maybe they need to invent a race where there's 3 first places.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. No more pressure for you. But after that, what?
I had a question from Diltuga asking what was in the fishbowl. Julie Steele mixed up this concoction tonight. I don't know what the hell it is. What's the flavor? It's a tequila-based.
It's a Lone Ranger, a jalapeno Lone Ranger.
It's a jalapeno Lone Ranger. Not that doesn't spritzer. Not that sounds gay at all.
Yeah,
but that shit is good.
It's
it's a Lone Ranger. It's cowboy down in Mexico. So I'm gonna say I got numero dos coming up here.
Now look, speaking of Matt's man drinks, we're gonna play the commercial to Black Rock. It's Black Rock, not Black. It's Black Rock. Black Rock.
July 26th through the 28th, 20 years of Trucks Gone Wild finally returns to the great state of Ohio at the Black Rock Adventure Park in Conneaut. It's going to be an entire weekend of nonstop off-road action with dirt drags, mega mud pit competition, back-to-back tug-of-war, the high-flying premier mega truck races with some of the most badass race trucks in the country. And you don't want to miss the world record mega truck long jump attempt by Jake Burton. There's also open trail riding, camping, wet t-shirt contest, music, and more. Trucks Gone Wild is finally coming back to Ohio July 26th through the 28th. For all the information you need and advance tickets, check out BlackRockAdventurePark.com.
Black Rock.
So the R is not pronounced like.
Well, I mean the black. If you say it fast,
It's
wow.
the biggest. It's the biggest park in the country.
Well, it's a great way to end tonight's show with what we're doing
Diltuga.
in
Diltuga.
Ohio.
The
Is
fish
that
bowl.
actually jalapeno in there?
That's a jalapeno, dude.
Yeah.
Do y'all take the seeds out?
It's a Lone Ranger, bro.
No, the seeds
Are-
are in it.
No, seeds are in it.
Really?
Yeah, that's a.
You know, here's what I learned about jalapenos. If you see them in the store, you know how sometimes they have the wrinkles in them, like the stress marks? Those evidently are the hottest ones. So if you're picking jalapenos, those are the hottest ones when they're stressed out like that.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, you're right. Like almost like brown stress marks in them. Yeah,
Right.
they get. Yeah.
Wister, one more thing. One more. I want you to play one more thing, and here's why. Listen, the cruise this year is, like I said earlier, like everything else, going to be retarded. It's a new word. We can say it now. So,
totally.
For those who don't know, we're on a brand new boat, the Utopia of the Seas. They have their first sailing this month. It is brand new, one of the biggest ships in the world. This thing is sick. The tickets are as cheap as they've ever been, right? Go to trucksgonewild.com/cruise or just go to the website, look up Amy's information, give her a call, send her an email, get booked on the cruise. It's going to be good. If you did it in the past, you're dumb. I'm just going to say it. And you need to make up for it by coming on that thing. There's no mud. There's no trucks. It's just all kind of people you know or want to get to know, having fun, partying down, maybe a little too much, but they are having some fun in the Bahamas, on the private island, and in Nassau and all that. It leaves out of Florida. Wister, cue it up.
I'm
Son of a bitch.
yeah.
I think
I lost it. Where is it?
I think Carl Jett was asking if we could rename that to the Dill Cruise, and I don't have a problem with that.
Yes.
Done.
Somebody's going to come up to me at one of the shows and go, "Hey, I have a whatever with Down syndrome. Can you please not use that word anymore?" That's coming. It's coming. But I mean it in all fun. I'm not being.
I don't think they have a problem with it.
The third annual Trucks Gone Wild Dysfunctional Family Cruise happens this October 4th through the 7th, and it's one of the most fun things you'll ever do in your life. Hundreds of your closest friends will be sailing all through the Bahamas together on the brand new Utopia of the Seas, one of the largest cruise ships in the world. With stops in Nassau and the private island of Coco Cay, this is sure to be a trip that you will never forget. No trucks, but a whole lot of wild. For more information and to book your tickets, head on over to trucksgonewild.com right now.
I found it.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Everything we do looks like a lot of fun.
The Dill Cruise looks fun.
It's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be, like you said,
Right.
brand new boat, huge. Lots to do. I mean,
Wister, we have an official. I don't know if it's our first official sponsor because we might have had some before, but we have another sponsor that's going to be sponsoring the thing, right? So I need to get with you on that so we can work that out.
matter of fact, it's time. This month is when we always start all that. So
Are we talking about the official Bricks Off-Road Park?
Yeah. Bricks stepped up last year with the drinking cape. They're stepping up again this year with something just as exciting, right?
exactly.
Yeah. Actually, it'll be more functional.
Right. And everything they do wraps around you.
Yeah.
So listen, if I'm this is a shameless e-begging here. If you have a company, if you want to promote something, if you're coming on the cruise, if you want to advertise your company or advertise your business, Wister can come up with something really creative for you to do as a giveaway on the cruise for all our people. They really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Everybody who does something, our people do something with them. So
Absolutely. Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, hit
I
Mr.
think Diltuga sent me a private message, Chris, and he said that word that you're thinking that we shouldn't say anymore.
Yeah.
If you make that word diltarded, that's fine. Actually, you could say that. They're so fun. It's going to be diltarded. I think that word's fine.
All right. Any final words for everybody as we go into this big 4th of July holiday weekend?
Yes, pray for us because we got 4 weekends in a row where we go to New York, back to Florida, Canada, back to Florida, Ohio, back to Florida, Maine, back to Florida. So it's a lot of traveling, a lot of time away from everybody. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe you'll be able to squeeze in a little fun on those weekends.
Yes. For sure.
For sure.
Somehow. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. I hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow with your family and friends. And hopefully you're able to take Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and have that long weekend stretch. Some of you might even be off the entire week this week, which is fantastic. But I want to thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I want to thank Tim Manny once again for being a great guest tonight. I want to wish all the drivers that are going to be competing in New York next weekend at Esperance Mountain Madness. New York State Off-Road Park is going to be lit. And so, again, thanks again to everybody. Thanks for all those shares. If you hadn't shared already, go ahead and hit the share button. Get 7 or 8 more. We'll take it. 7 or 8 more shares. You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it. All right. Matt Steele, thank you. Chris Ledford, thank you. Hope everybody has a great 4th of July holiday week or weekend. And thanks again for being here on TGW Live. We'll see you next week.
Good night.